Good morning, everybody. So I'm out here. I'm going to put together this 16 by 32 party tent that my friend ordered offline. The first thing I did was I separated my pieces out of the box, and the pieces all seem to be marked, most of them. There's a couple that I couldn't see the markings on them if they had them, but the easiest part is to lay your pieces out by the numbers, and then the instructions seem to be pretty detailed as far as like putting the pieces together. As you can see, this is my first page, and that's kind of what I'm laying out right now. So I'm gonna keep doing it. As you can see, I started laying my pieces out. So I have my J's, which were in the outside, my R's. See, this is one that wasn't marked well, but so this is my R, these are my centers. And then J's on the outside over there, and then you have Q, and then over here you have I, and that's one on each corner, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my top together first, connect these pieces. I'm gonna continue laying them out. Now I started putting one, so it says connect one, number one, number one, number one, all the way down. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'll pick right back up. Thanks. All right, so now I have my pieces put together there for the lengthwise. Now it's telling me to take part number 2, and that's part number 3, and these are part number 2, and put them together between here and there, all the way down. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I suggest laying it out to where you want it, because once it gets done, it's going to be very hard to move when it's all put together. So mine is to make sure you got it about where you want it, so you're not trying to move a big canopy. All right, I'm gonna put those pieces in and I'll be back. Okay, so I put number 2 and number 3 together, and I started on one side and did them all the way down, and then came back on the other side. I'm doing this all by myself, so for doing it by yourself, it's not too bad. They're pretty easy to get together. The biggest point is like you gotta do it on one side first, and then do one on the end and do one on this end, and then come back in the middle and do one, and then work your way out. That's the way I did it. And now I'm about to put this tarp on, and then we'll go from there. So as you can see, I went around and put all these straps along the top of the tarp. Again, I've been doing this all by myself. It's very windy out, and again, I was able to put them on. It took some challenging points sometimes when the wind picked up, but I got them all on now. But you have to remember, you're gonna take those back off and use them for the sides later in the steps. Right now, I'm at the point where I'm ready to start putting my uprights in. But I don't want to put those in until I get some straps, so I have to go to some ground stakes, because the ones they give you are kind of weak, and I don't trust them. So with this being windy as it is, I want to get some straps on them that screw in the ground, and then anchor them to the bars so it's not going to blow away when I lift it up. So it tells you, if you see the number 5 goes on each corner, okay, and the 3 holes point to the bottom, because that's where your side piece of your top part is going to hook into. I don't know if you can see that little hook right there laying on that strap, but that's going to hook into one of those holes. And then number 4's posts are going to go at each one of the J's in the middle. Same thing on that side. And then, as you can see, I'm putting my pieces in place for the bottom skirt part. So it's 8, 9, 8 for the two ends, and then it starts at 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7. So you got 7s on the corners, 6s in the middle, and they're all going to tie together with these little screws and nuts that they send you. So these are the pieces. You can tell which ones are the corners. So 7 has a little push-in pin there, and then it's going to connect to the next one like this, down there at the bottom with the screw. And then this is the hook that I was telling you that hooks into number 5. And if you see those 3 holes down there, that's going to hook into there, so it keeps it down. But this bottom piece, when we get it all the way up, we'll have to put it together because 1, that's what stabilizes it, and 2, the sides connect to that. So they connect at the bottom first, and then you go back and start putting them on the top. So I will come back and show you all that, but this is my progress so far by myself. So today I came back and I started taking this tent down. I just took the sides off, all 4 sides. So in the instructions it tells you to put these straps on while the tent's on the ground, and I agree with that, but you need to know that when you put the sides and the other sides on, you're going to take every one of those back off and put them back on with the sides with it. So personally, I think next time maybe I might try to do it with the sides, or I might just put, you know, like 3 per thing section, and then get up there, and when I put the sides on, connect them all. Even for the top peaks up there, it's the same thing. Now, I had to have help lifting the sides up and putting these posts in, but other than that, it took 3 of us. One lifted up in the middle, we put the post in, and then this is our bottom pieces. So as you can see, that's number 8, 9, and then 8. And then this is 7, wherever it's at. I don't know if you can see it, but that's post 7, and then 6, 6, 6, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7. So I'm gonna start taking those apart. Again, these screws just pop in just like this. All right. And so I used a impact to get them in, so I'll probably have to use my impact to get them out. Now, as you can see, I strapped this down because the pegs they send with it, there's no way these pegs right here, which I used it for this, would hold that tent down. It's a 16 by 32 tent. So luckily, I had my friend go get some stake-ins. They look like dog run screw-ins in the grounds, and then I used ratchet straps just to hold them down. Because 1, it's very windy here, but even with no wind, this thing wouldn't take much to go with those little pegs. And I do give you little ones to put in here, but again, if I can pull these out with my hand, you know, what good are they? So, and I think I can put them in the ground with my hand. So again, I would invest in the screw-in types and some ratchet straps, at least 1 for every corner. I overdid it and I went, you know, 4 on each side, but it stayed up all night. They were able to have their party, and now I'm taking it back down. So as you can see, I got all my sides down. Now I'm going to start taking the bottom apart. The bags are pretty nice. They hold all the stuff. You can fold the sides up and put them in these bags. One bag took the sides and all the sides, and I'm assuming the other bag will take the top. And then you got 2 bags for the post.